Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Since I've dealt with all the crazy people, I should keep my mic stable. Sometimes it makes some sound. Yeah, so since I have dealt with the psychopaths of One Great Work Network, by the way, there are another chunk of psychopaths that has fallen from One Great Work Network that has also stolen my stuff and presented my things as his own, as their own. And nowadays they are, by the way, pretending to be some compassionate people. Beware such scumbags. One of them, the person is known for throwing non-inflammable liquid on his teacher. Okay, he was calling her witch, and he said that he wanted to burn her alive or something. I don't know. That's his words, by the way. One of them, there of these people, pulled a gun on his band members, and later on he lied about it and he blamed everything on his band members. Okay, all right. So, and there are other people also, but for now, this much is enough. These people, they never change, by the way. The same person who tried to douse his teacher with non-inflammable water, same person told me that he burned down his neighbor's house. He was smirking. I did not know these people, who these people were, and he used to beg me every day that I should video call him and I should teach him or help him with meditation and other stuff, Buddhistic stuff. And I did not know that this person was a complete nutcase. How depraved this person was. So in the beginning, he pretended to be a stable, normal person. But later on, he started to tell me all these weird things, very weird, very crazy things. Things like he wanted to burn his father alive. About his neighbor that I told you, all his neighbors fighting with him. He told me a lot of crazy things. A lot of crazy things. He tried to steal my stuff, my content, and later on played victim. So there was a lot of thing with these people. So today I'm going to dedicate my segment toward beware of pseudo spiritual people. There are a lot of fake people on internet. If I let me give the demonstration also, because people only understand when you give them some demonstration. Okay, there are a lot of people on internet in today's time who are using every single thing for self enhancement. They don't have any connection with such things. They don't follow such things. In fact, they used to mock and attack such things and such people who actually follow these things. Because of such people, like these same people, these same psychopaths, they are thirsty for attention, and they are all over the place. Nobody seems to catch this thing. Okay, if I type angel, angel spiritual something, so you will see a lot of goddesses and angels showing up, giving you some wisdom or something. All sorts of people, they will show up. Okay, they start to pop up. They'll start to tell you different things, and somehow everybody seems to know everything these days. Okay, a lot of such things. Let's see how many live people are like that right now, or maybe people are sleeping right now in America. Let's do something else. Spirituality. You will see a lot of spiritual people preaching you some sort of spirituality. Everybody, and they're doing really questionable and weird things in the name of spirituality from all the backgrounds, by the way. Okay, and they call themselves goddesses, god, angels, something, something like that. Okay, if I click any of these videos, they're from my country, but they are from everywhere. All right, they're preaching somebody something, and all they're doing is they're filling their pockets. They are defiling the original teachings, such original teachings. The real reason why these things got taught, okay, why people were teaching these things. They think that just because they do certain things in certain way, like it's not like that. These idiots, they don't even understand that what is this type of spirituality. What they are actually trying to teach you, they're trying to teach you to be a less scummy person, and you are using these things to be more scummy. At the same time, you're pretending to be less scummy. Okay, so people don't become Buddhist like one day they're teaching you some occult, okay, some light occult, some Kabbalion, something, and they are attacking you using those things. Now, since you taught these scumbags these things, given them resources, now these same scumbags they became some Buddhist in one day. All the while they're running their agenda, their mental disorders. Are commies anarchists? Are commies anarchists? So what they're doing is they have no connection with anything. They're using these things as an object to virtue signal. Okay, they are illiterate. They will not be able to properly write down their name if you ask them. Forget wisdom or anything or compassion or something. Okay, okay. So beware of such people. These people they don't know anything and they're using everything and everybody to just self-aggrandize, to self-enhance. You cannot see these things in the behavior. When you see these people being humble or polite or something, they're faking it. They don't actually truly use those things in their real life. They don't behave in such light. Behind the scene, they are trying to burn their own parents. Yeah. Behind the scenes, they're stealing people's stuff. Okay? They're really crazy people. Whoever come up with such thing, that you already know that they are involved with something else and they are just doing it for attention thirst. They're not even talented people. What they are good at is to deceive people. And actual true people like me, we don't get such validity because we are not, like for example, I'm not validating whatever the whole shit you already have fit in your head. I'm not saying it's all good, it's all right, it's all well, and also because I know for a fact that things can hurt you also. Okay, so instead of feeding you what you want to chew upon, when I give people what they actually like, I make sure that from my side that I'm respectful enough, I'm courteous enough, I'm kind enough, I'm patient enough. But the problem is the people are psychopaths. One day they were member of, like these people, if you look at these people's history, how we call it in India is they are like moo marna. They're going door to door and they're picking everything and they are pretending to be everything when they are actually nothing. This is exactly what we call false self. So they were involved in some sort of your ISKCON. There's a thing, Radha Krishna stuff. It's not Indian stuff, but say like they don't really believe in the same philosophy like we do, like Indians do. I don't follow such things. Okay, I follow Buddhism, but they have a different philosophy that is more coming from somewhere else outside. Okay, so core Indians, like they hijack these things literally, and they're running a business using these things. They shamelessly ask money from people, and then they later on blame everything on Indians. Like, this is Indian God. So we have such crazy people in this world. Okay. Or like people who were fighting with me, by the way, a few days ago, few months ago, like how they are anarchists, how they have guns and everything else. Now they have become compassionate. Compassionate. Okay. So these are shameless people. They are characterless people. They are personalityless people. Okay. They are living in a delusion. They create like they don't follow any of these things. They're greedy people. Okay. They're deceiving everybody. They think that because they are conditioned like that. They have conditioned them like that. They think that since if they change the cover of something, they become all brand new. They miss how reality actually works. Reality does not work like that. Like, for example, I always say that I used to be a Hindu, but I'm Buddhist. Because this is a fact. I'm admitting all the things. I'm accepting all the things I was. Okay. I'm not denying, or I'm not hiding, and I'm not covering up for this. If I were a Christian, I would have said that I was a Christian, or anything else, even Satanist. If I was a Satanist, I would have admitted that. I'm talking about in the past. I don't follow Hinduism. I know a lot of things about Hinduism, don't get me wrong, and I respect a lot of things in Hinduism, but I don't follow Hinduism. I've decided this when I was a 17-year-old teenager. Okay? Ever since, I follow science, I follow Buddhism. If anything, any philosophy will ask me, because I already follow some philosophy, I follow Buddhist philosophy. And I just don't follow a philosophy, I also practice it. I practice meditation, I do yoga, and I do some things from Hinduism that I learned because they help me. Okay, I'm not pretending to be a knower or doer of something to convince people for attention or something. I actually know these things. I would not be in this situation if I did not come across such crazy lunatic people who are pretending to be something and who are using everything to make money and to fool. And at the same time, these same people, they demonize after stealing people using the same things. They demonize these things and they blame those things onto us. And I can show you these evidence with people I came across. The same people, they're talking about heart chakra, they talk about all sorts of things that even I don't follow, like astrology. I don't follow astrology. I think astrology is a scam. Truth be told, I think like that. This is my personal opinion. I think that a lot of things, that there are a lot of goddesses, by the way. Sorry, I didn't want to touch the mic, sometimes it happens. uh there are all sorts of goddesses. Okay, they're living in some 3D 5D reality ascensions. They are goddesses. They are all about heart chakra. They don't know any of these things. Such people, they don't know anything. They have invented a lot of things, a lot of stories, fantastic stories to feed you. Okay? To feed you so that they can self enhance themselves and self aggrandize themselves because they love attention. So, why in today's time nothing works? Because the thing is, the hard workers in this world are very less. People who actually do some work, and the people who are actually doing this some work, actually dealing with the elements of reality and bringing something back out of their experience, the education, the understanding, the knowledge, something, the wisdom. There are a lot of crazy psychopaths who are stealing these things within seconds and who are even relabeling these things, right? So I wanted to teach people or explain people a lot of good things that I've come across, I've understood, and I wanted to help people. I wanted to at least express those things. Maybe those things could have helped somebody. But I have come across such diseased people, such mentally ill people, was stealing my stuff, who don't know anything about these things, who never followed such things. But these things are giving these people some sense of relief or something. And they are defiling these things for someday. And they will once again feed into the same things that they will do. They have one video where they are talking shit about these things. Okay? In the other video, they're using these things. And toward the end, these comebacks are not doing anything. When something fall apart, something bad happens, like for example, you may have seen a lot of protesters in America or in Britain nowadays. We don't want to learn your thing, we want to do my culture thing. Then why the fuck are you stealing all these things? Why are you hiding behind these things? Do your culture things. And then they attack us Indians, but they are everywhere, they're taking our jobs from us. Yeah, because you're lazy. That's why Mexicans took your jobs, because you were lazy, you were entitled, you were narcissistic, did not want to work. You thought you were very cunning and quirky and all sorts of intelligent and all stuff. So hardworking people came to America and they got jobs. Now you're jealous because you are a bum, talentless bum. So now you're taking your frustration out on people. Every single thing that America do, is a narcissistic signature. It has a signature of narcissism. And they see how easily and quickly they blame on everybody, blame shift on everybody. Okay, so these people, they're defiling all the cultures, all the backgrounds, everything else. Okay, and when you try to have an honest dialogue with these people, they're silent, or they're crickets chirping, or they're hiding, they don't want to, or they want to start some chaos, some drama, something. Okay, and they create, after stealing our stuff, after pretending to be some goddesses, knowers, some occultists, I don't know how many things these people even say. When something falls apart, then the blame goes to us. So this is exactly why this word will never heal, will never fix, because people who are putting the work, they're getting exploited. To exploitation is the slightest, like, it does not justify the level of abuse of this thing. People who are utter bum, who don't do anything, who are pretending and lying, they're getting all the credits, they're getting all the money and everything else. Okay, and then people, these scumbags who are stealing these things, who are defiling everything, they expect you to be perfect Buddhist, perfect. Okay, if you show some human aspects, that they exploit. These bums, ever since I've come across these bums, everything that I knew, that I practiced, it got destroyed. Yeah. So what I will do is, I will try to bring these things back. Okay, because conspiracy theory is not going to help you. Anarchy is not going to help you. All right. And whoever the hell you think that who's going to help you, who's creating some content, this and that. See, it does not matter what type of fantasy you have. For example, let me give you a case here in India. So there was a billionaire. He was very rich. He was in export of brass and everything else from my city, my parent city, and that city is known for exporting brass throughout the world. Okay, so I grew up in that city. So that person had a son, a spoiled son. So he bought that person a CBR Honda or something back in 90s or somewhere. Okay, and I'm using this example, old example, because it still holds. So one day that person's son, he got drunk. He went on the streets driving at, I don't know how, at the top speed in the night, and there was a truck approaching toward him on a highway. So that person deceived himself that that's not a truck. There are two bikes coming toward him, moving, uh, like they are parallelly moving. What he did is, he, with his full speed, he thought that he will take the bike and he can, okay, you know how mind works when people drive bikes and all stuff. So he smashed head on with full speed with that thing. So all these deluded, deceived people who live in fantasies, they're doing this thing to themselves and they are dragging everybody else along them. Okay? Buddhists, Buddha was not a god. People do not worship in Buddhism. And even if you read Buddhism, then you are still not a Buddhist. A Buddhist person is who follows these things in their actions. That's all. And none of these people can follow these things because they are addicted to alcohol. Okay, they're narcissistic and they thrive upon narcissism. Okay, they don't have self restraint. The moment something difficult come their way, they switched to become narcissistic. Okay, and they create a facade for people, for the onlookers, that they're compassionate or something. All right. So, like, this person, he's falling apart from uh, Mark Pessio's cult. All the videos he create, he do it as a virtue signaling to Mark Pessio that he has become something great. Okay, okay, or me. VGT life, dualistic morality versus non-dual compassion. Our commie is really anarchists, so he mixed these things because it gives him a spicy mix, and then he create chaos. This person, he's a psychopath. Okay, it's not a medical diagnosis, but I have analyzed this person enough. He's a covert, cowardly psychopath. Okay, and all of these people, they're psychopaths. They hide behind in a corner and they manipulate things and they lie and they generate narratives. They create these facades later on to validate themselves. All right. Now the problem is, Buddhism works. All the things they works. I believe even Christianity works. The good part. I don't care about the crazy people who have hijacked all the governments, all the institutions from both sides, by the way, left and right, and who are using these things, who are using people, these countries' resources, institutions, everything else as a supply for self enhancement and self aggrandizement. This thing alone is the biggest problem of this world, and this is why you and I are suffering, because actually hard-working people, actually honest people, okay, actual people who put something on table, they get attacked, they get theft from, they get abused, okay, they get smeared, they get character assassinated by scumbags like that. Okay, then they steal their things half because usually they are virtue signaling. They don't follow because they cannot follow it. They're weak people. They don't study complete thing because spewing a little bit gives them enough supply, enough attention to live in a deluded fantasy. All right, so I need to cover all these things also, because as far as my understanding goes, this world is going to down the drain, not because people do not learn and do such things. Actually, everybody can learn. People are learning. People are capable of doing things, a lot of things. The thing is, it's on some second or third level where the problem is coming from. And the problem is coming from, they are vultures. Okay, they are predatory people. All the people I've just described in the past of in the past, these predators, they are always after some supply, be it any spiritual thing, be it any scientific thing, psychological thing, logical thing, anything. These people, they are after a supply that they can weaponize, self aggrandize, virtue signal, then they discard, then they want to something new. So they need this constant supply of admiration and everything else. This is exactly what I faced when I came across with Mark Passion cult and many other people that have analyzed. This is the reason why Donald Trump, why my country's comeback leaders, they have destroyed the sanity, the fabric of reality. They've destroyed everything in their hubris, okay? And these psychopaths, they've taken over all the institutions, everything else that they never contributed into, that they did not have any partaking, anything, okay? Now they want peace award. Now they want something, some validation, okay? So beware of spiritual parasites and charlatans. Beware of predatory spiritual so-called quote unquote people, okay? Because they're none of that. Reading about something, creating a AI video does not make you anything. No, it does not. So remember, you need to discern. You need to remember that there are crazy lunatic people who are defiling everything. First, when they defile these things, they get some attention, they feel very good about themselves. Later on, when they realize their stupidity, they once again use those things and they do it for their attention. And they do this thing for attention because they never grew up. They don't understand what they are messing with. Okay, they don't understand what the hell they're doing. No, because they don't have any connection with actual reality, actual things that will happen. So stop glorifying such people. Okay, I should stop here. Thank you so much.